Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Today, December 14th, 2017, the big news: Congress has voted to repeal net neutrality. What I want to do before we talk about the repeal is go back in time and talk about when it was put in place. When Congress voted for net neutrality, it was based on a 322-page document. And a lot of people know about 322 and Yale's Skull and Bones. Special number throughout history. The massacre in what is now known as Virginia, supposedly blamed on Native Americans, that was the seed of a genocide against the Native people by the white colonists. That happened once upon a time on March 22nd. The origins of the number 322, they come from religion. And the parallel between religion and government is control. The Catholic Church, the face of religion in a lot of ways, has been government throughout history. Even in this land, North America, where Washington, D.C. now is, it was once the Catholic colony. And 322 in religion, this is the connection. Abrahamic religions in Gematria sums to 322. So does ancient mystery religions, which are the things that came before, going all the way back to Babylon. Ancient mystery religions 322, Abrahamic religions 322. And the Abrahamic religions are Judaism, Christianity, Islam. What has a connection between the Abrahamic religions and the ancient mystery religions is Kabbalah, where this language of letters and numbers comes from. There's the tree of life. Tree of life, look it up. It's talked about in Genesis. The tree of life is based on 3 columns that have 22 paths, 3, 2, 2, that connect what are known as the 10 Sephiroth. So this number, 322, it's special. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's shown up all throughout history. It's always had to do with government, religion, control. And, here it is being applied to the internet, which is something that is absolutely controlling we the people. How many of us are parked in front of a computer on the internet every day? And you're looking at someone who's living in front of the computer. Not that this is what I want to be doing, but it's the most effective way for me to get the word out to the masses about what's going on in this world. So, check this out. They voted on this 322-page document as the 114th Congress, which came into being after the vote on November 4th, 11/4. They voted on this 3 months and 22 days after deciding the 114th Congress. 3 months and 22 days, or 114 days after the deciding of the 114th Congress on November 4th, 2014. And what I pointed out then was that in Sumerian gematria, or on the Gematrix calculator, which we used to use, it was known as English gematria. This is the same thing as Sumerian gematria at Gematrinator, which has been built since, and I now promote. I'll just show you. Sumerian gematria is the name on here. What this method is times 6 of the ordinal value. So net neutrality, 1104. Lose the 0, you got a 114. And this is what we were talking about way back when. The perfect synchronicity with the amount of pages in the bill, the Congress, the day of the vote. So this whole net neutrality thing, another government show by the numbers. And what else is interesting about net neutrality? Well, okay. Today they repealed it. The purpose of net neutrality was to make the internet a fair place so that everyone got equal treatment. And, the things that they were talking about that could become an issue, they were saying big corporations who are buying up chunks of the internet, they can make it so that their services get, a faster priority. Their websites are more fluid. They work faster. And then they could, a company such as Comcast, they could make it so that their competitor services are purposefully slow. This was the fear. So Comcast could, destroy Netflix on their service, make it so Netflix is slow and choppy, and then people don't want Netflix, they just buy more Comcast products. So net neutrality was supposed to make it so that, a company such as Comcast or Cox Cable or these big providers, they couldn't attack someone else with their internet service. Now, when they were bringing up these arguments, I don't think there was any evidence that this was happening anywhere, but they were presenting a hypothetical problem and saying, to make sure this doesn't happen, we're going to create net neutrality. And then the critics at the time were saying, well, by having government intervention, then it'll stall progress and, it'll create new problems. Honestly, and the whole time this net neutrality thing's been here, I don't think it's really done anything. I think it's just kind of been this symbolic thing. And remember, the government, they're always working at an agenda and a distraction. And so anyway, the Republicans have repealed it today, and they're saying private business should just be able to do whatever they want. What's going on right now in the private world with the internet? We have mass censorship. Google, which owns a lot of things on the web, is censoring left and right. I'm on my 10th channel since June of 2016. There was the Bilderberg meeting at the beginning of June. One of the talking points was what to do about all these small voices making all this noise about conspiracy on the web. And then right after that conference, YouTube, Google, Twitter, they all said they're going to be cracking down on the internet extremists. And the first time my channel was deleted, it was deleted for extremism. And when my channel was deleted, the world lost a lot, truly. I had so much important information out there, so many correct predictions, so many things that validated what I've been speaking about since 2013. All deleted in an instant. So, this whole thing about net neutrality, the web is not a neutral place, and it never was intended to be. It's intended to do exactly what it's doing. Steal people's attention. Get them living in front of their computer. That's what's happened with the younger people. When I was growing up, we didn't have the internet like this. There wasn't Facebook and all this social media. After school, you wanted to hang out with your friends. Now people are racing home to, post something on their whatever website to see how many likes and views it can get. And it's all by design. It's all by design. This whole story to me about net neutrality, it's about taking our eyes off of what's really going on, And this is what the Republicans love to do. They love to make... Aren't the Republicans just something else? They always make it seem like the government's so evil, even though they work for it. And then they always make it seem like private business is just flawless. Private business is just the most perfect thing in the world. In reality, it's private business that's responsible for all the terrorism in this world. That's responsible for all the pollution in this world. That's responsible for all the needless wars and destruction in this world. It's private business that's censoring the internet and making it a not neutral place. This is why I can't stand Republicans and libertarians. It's like they don't see the world for what it is. And I'm not saying the government's good either, But at the same time, the drugs that save people in this world, they weren't produced by private business. If you don't know how pharmaceuticals work, for example, pretty much every drug is researched with our tax dollars, but then because our entire government's run by corporate and private business, what happens is it's researched and paid for with our tax dollars, then the private business gets the rights to it, and then they sell it for a fortune on the market, ripping everybody off who truly paid for the drugs research and development. This is the kind of stuff that goes on in our world, And the Republicans, they're always just making it seem like, just let's give more and more power to private business. Let's just hand it over to them. No. I'm sorry, private business, they're in it for profit. Profit over people. So, anyway, as a reminder, computer has gematria of 666, so does internet. Think about Apple, who priced their first consumer computer at $666. Now you know why. Special number. Number that's important to this gematria code. In the Bible, Revelation 13:18, the riddle about the number of the beast, the man who has wisdom will know how to calculate it. That's a Greek isopsephy riddle. Isopsephy is gematria in Greek. Isopsephy equals 666. So, again, this net neutrality being repealed, it's not a big deal. The whole thing's been a show the entire time. What is a big deal is what's going on with the private companies that are censoring. And if your argument is, well, then don't use Google. The problem is Google has sucked everybody in. You want your word to get out, you got to use these people's platform. I've tried these other video hosting places. Nobody's going there. Nobody's watching anything there. The point is to get the word out. Where's the traffic at? The traffic's at Google. The traffic's at YouTube. So you go to where the traffic is. The problem is you're being censored there. Just in the last few days, look at this. And I mean, this is happening left and right. I'm on my 10th channel. I've had so many videos taken down. This is the new thing that YouTube does. They lock my videos to private. Then I can't get them unlocked. And there's no reason for these videos to be locked. I mean, if anybody watched this video I made, there's not even a cuss word in it. There's nothing but a clean presentation of murder by numbers. And I did a really good job with this video. They didn't take down my other murder by numbers video because I did that one more quickly. I didn't give all the details and information. Put in a lot of important work in here. Look at what YouTube does. They get rid of it. You see? And I don't even understand where YouTube's coming from with censoring a video like this. I just said stop saying, no one died on 9/11. And perhaps maybe that's one of YouTube's troll campaigns, just like Flat Earth. Because I said that this comment gets left anytime I made a video, somebody has to comment that no one died on 9/11. And I don't know why that comment needs to be made. No one can prove that statement. It just makes us look like buffoons. So I'm telling people why they shouldn't say that. YouTube, censors this video. I make a video about why I stick up for black people. They age restrict it. I mean, I've noticed that almost all the videos I've made exposing wrongdoing against black history have been censored lately. So YouTube doesn't want me exposing this knowledge. Shows you what kind of platform YouTube is. And then the other thing is, now that I'm on my 10th channel, have you noticed that the entire time you go to this channel, you go to the homepage, it says, this channel doesn't have any content. Just an extra layer of censorship. Meanwhile, all the videos are right here, And everyone's been commenting, same stuff, getting unsubscribed, videos aren't showing up in their feed. What I've noticed also is when I post a video, normally it'll show up here instantly. These videos, for me on this page, when I first post a video, they're taking like 10 to 15 minutes to show up here in my own page. So I imagine it's the same thing for you, that you guys can't even see that I've posted a video until 10 or 15 minutes after it's been up. And who knows what they're doing. Maybe they're watching the video first and then deciding if they're going to lock it as private. But this is the real censorship that matters. If the government really cared about protecting the internet, they would pass a law. I mean, if this is a nation of freedom and freedom of speech, they would be passing laws to stop Google from what they've been doing for a long time now. I mean, Google's been censoring all this time, but ever since this summer, June, it's just gone to a whole new level. My channel's been censored from the first day I got here. Since I began my channel, it's been censored. Views squashed, likes squashed. And you could say, well, Google's a private company. They should be able to do whatever they want. But I don't know. I mean, is that what you believe? Should they be able to do whatever they want? Should they be able to censor all truth content and just make it so people can only watch videos about video games and kittens and flat earth? You know, Google loves the flat earth. They promote that. They want the truth community to look like a bunch of retards. But real truth, you know, they squashed that. So, of course, Google is Google is the government. You know, Google, Facebook, these things were paid for with tax dollars. Most private business, most Fortune 500 companies, they really are the government. Microsoft's the government, Boeing's the government, Lockheed Martin's the government. That's the other part about this, you know. So I'm presenting a lot of different things. What I'm trying to show you is this whole world is a distraction, an illusion. We're living out an agenda. They have you looking over here while they're doing this with the other hand. So don't worry about this net neutrality being taken down. That's not the thing. The thing is these private companies that run the internet, what they're doing. And there's no focus on that. They don't want the truth out there. All right, truth seeker. Until next time.